The directors and school administrators at Hillsborough High School told the students Thursday night their upcoming production of She Kills Monsters had been canceled after the reason given, one of the main characters might be gay.
The families we spoke with believe the decision was influenced by
I think that's wrong. All they would have had to do if they objected to something in the play was not go to the play and not see it.
Now the students are trying to put on the play elsewhere. They've started a GoFundMe for production.
If we do raise enough money, I'm going to be genuinely happy for a very long time, because that means people actually care.
When we got such a good reaction and such a wild reaction from the GoFundMe that Zebediah started, that we were all really just blown away by it. Within a day we had, I think it was within a day we had more than $1,000. Ultimately we ended up with $24,000, I think. With so much support from all around the country, mostly from small donations, but a few people gave a few $100s at a time, which was just awesome. And we were all just really blown away with just that level of response. We've been real happy with the ability that we have now to move along with Kindred Spirits and actually do She Kills Monsters, which is just so heartwarming for me. Being a longtime Dungeons & Dragons player myself, I love the show, and I love the message that it sends, and it's really fantastic to be able to do it in our community, and it just it makes me so happy. It makes me happy to see so many of my family members involved. It makes me happy to be involved to the extent that I can be. But I'm looking forward mostly to just watching and enjoying the show. It's going to be great.
Though they shared the same parentage, the two young girls had very little in common.
My name is Elena Pickering-Polstra. I play the narrator in She Kills Monsters. When the show was first canceled, I felt really disappointed, but at the same time I wasn't surprised, because our Board of Education has proven itself to not care about the arts at all. That didn't change the fact that it upset me. And so when my directors and my family were determined to put on the show, despite the school board's attempts to make it not happen, I felt really proud of them. And the support that we got from the community and from people states away just blows me away. And I am really excited to put the show on, especially for people in our community who may not be out to their family, or may not even be certain of their sexuality themselves. I am fortunate enough to live in a family that accepts me wholeheartedly and understands that me liking girls does not change who I am. I'm really excited to see all of the fighting going on with the choreography. We have really good choreographers, really experienced people doing that choreography. And the excitement that everyone, all of the actors, all of the crew members have to be putting on the show really makes my heart full.
Hi, my name is Zebediah Pickering-Polstra. I am current acting president of the Kindred Spirits Theatre Company. And I was the one who also started the fundraiser for the She Kills Monsters I don't know what to call it, reproduction, I suppose. But yeah, that's my role in all of this. I'll be honest, after I left high school, I helped out with a few things here and there, I would help around with sets and stuff like that, to make sure that my siblings got what they wanted to do, which was theater. But after high school, I was a lot more focused on my own theatrical passions, such as being here at Southern State, being an actor myself. It wasn't until the fiasco at Hillsborough High School when the show was canceled that and I had heard the reasons for why that is, that I became frankly really upset about the whole thing. My sister is part of the LGBTQ community, and that, like, knowing that this show was canceled because of who she was, of a character who was like her, it really just rustled my feathers in a way that caused me to act. And so I started the GoFundMe, and, well, the rest is history, as they say. And having now heard the show, having been working with these kids, seeing them go up there and just absolutely act their pants off, it made me realize that this was one of the things that gives me joy. That helping these kids do theater and just the very act of furthering theater in my own community, the theatrical arts, it's what gives me purpose now. It's what I want to do. As for the show itself, it's a wonderful show. There's good comedy, fantastic emotional moments, and there's a lot of room for really good kind of, I suppose, nerdy in-jokes, as it were. Key Gwen did a really good job at making a script that provided a lot of different interpretations of the characters depending on what the directors and the individual actors wanted. And so I suppose if I had anything to say to him, I'd say, yeah, good job on writing a fantastic script. It's really something nowadays, just with everything being so divided, that there are people who are willing to come together and support this little, essentially, project that these poor kids had taken away from them, and it really inspires me to make sure that their efforts, the efforts of the people who helped fund us, that they don't go to waste. It's important that these kids get to see this through, not only for them, but also for all the people who believed in them.
Hi everybody, my name is Duncan Pickering-Polstra, and I am playing Chuck in Kindred Spirits Theatre Company of She Kills Monsters. It's been a journey. I think that over the course of all these months since October, when it was first canceled, I've seen a wide variety of reactions. I've seen anger, I've seen massive disappointment, I've seen sadness. But I think the most prevalent thing is that there's been hope. And doing it here at the college where I am now, it's an experience that I've never felt before. We're seeing something canceled and then brought together by the outstanding and amazing generosity of all these people from all across the country. It's been amazing. And if you had told me in October that all of this was going to happen, I would have said, no, there's no way. There's not any possibility that this story gets out of the tiny little podunk town of Hillsborough, Ohio, and we get donations from people from as far as California and as eastward as Boston, Massachusetts. If you had told me all of that, I wouldn't have believed you. Playing Chuck, it's been probably one of the funnest roles that I've played in so far.
Broom? There's a broom? There's a broom in the back. Where is it? In the back?
I play D&D myself, and so being the dungeon master in this play kind of hits home for me because I play with my brothers all the time, and my sister too.
My D&D IQ is +3, ha ha!
So translating all of the knowledge that I have playing a dungeon master in real life and being able to translate that to the stage, it's been a really cool experience. And I don't think that there's any other role in the show that I would excel more at.
So why don't you... Wow! What in the hey?
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not scared. I'm a black belt in Jedi Jitsu.
As for the fights, I am unfortunately not in any of the fights, but if I was, I would definitely feel all of the same excitement and passion for the craft that I see all of my peers do.
My name is Savannah Sexton, and I'm a part of She Kills Monsters, and I play Evil Gabby. And a quote that I really like is, "There is life in theater and there's theater in life." And that quote really means a lot to me, and it kind of reminds me of the show because a lot went into this show, like from the very beginning. From the moment I realized it was going to be a big thing was when I first saw us on the news, because Hillsborough was just a really small town, and then all of a sudden I just saw us on the news channel and I was like, oh my gosh. And that's the moment I realized that this was going to be a big thing. And the next day I woke up and we had like $20,000 on a GoFundMe. It was like crazy. From the very beginning, it just kind of happened like a normal show. So we all auditioned just like normal in front of Jeff and Jenna, which are the directors, and everything was normal. We had rehearsals for about 2 months and everything was fine. And then we had this parent meeting, and that's when everything kind of went down south. But the moment I realized that things were kind of gonna go upwards was when we started getting a lot of support from the community and surrounding communities, and then that turned into state, and then that turned into the entire nation, really. And that was kind of a crazy experience for us because we're just from a small town, Hillsborough, Ohio. Not many people know who we are. So my character, I play Evil Gabby, and Evil Gabby does not support LGBTQ people. She's super mean to them. She like calls them slurs all the time. There's even instances where she's like kicking them around on stage, and she's just not nice to them because she doesn't support them. And I think that has a big impact on the show because the show is all about loving each other and accepting each other. And that was a big thing that people had to overcome because overall, like, love always wins. And so that really showed in the show because people were hating on us. and then we got so much support from the community and surrounding communities to do the show.
She Kills Monsters all began when we had a student of ours from our theater camp approach us about a show, a play that she had read, and that it meant a lot to her. And she wanted us to read it and that we should really do it because of his fight experience.
Right. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. The student that brought it to us, brought it to our attention, had lost a sibling early on. And this story is about the loss of a sibling. And I am, but she also is a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan, so we're wondering which resonated with her most, and she just said all of it, and this is the way it is.
That's why this show really does mean so much to me, because I play a character who has passed on, who didn't have a relationship with, damn it, who didn't have a relationship with her sister, and who, like, her sister didn't understand her, and she didn't understand her sister, so they never got to know each other. And now they can't, except there's just this one chance to find out little details about someone that you did love, but you never really expressed it. And I think that's really, really beautiful, and something terribly personal to me as someone who lost their sister whenever I was very young, before I even understood what that could mean.
I really want to say thank you to everyone who helped Kindred Spirits Theatre Company to get to this point so that I can play this character and learn more about myself, about my feelings of grief that I never really understood that I had, the feelings of grief that I now understand that my family went through, and that so many other people had gone through before that.
Hey kids of Hillsborough High. So as you can see, adults can be silly and worry about stupid things. I'm sorry it affected the fact that you can't do your play. So I just want to give you kids encouragement to keep on keeping on. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you love to do. And if you want to put on a show, you put on a show. And from what I understand, you're going to put it on elsewhere. And I send you so much love and support, and break many legs, not literally, and enjoy yourself. And don't let this whole thing bring you down. Just as they say, or my hat says, stay calm and play dead. No, you don't want to play dead. Play very alive. Stay calm and play very alive. All right. Much love.
I'm just thrilled that we have the opportunity to finish what we started.
Yeah.
And
it
means so much to us and so much to the kids. And
it really does. And it became a thing once we started this, once we started rehearsals for it back in September, October.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to, be away from it. Mm-hmm. And when the world aligned the right way and it made it just right that we could do this again, it really got me excited, got my creative juices flowing again, and I couldn't wait to get started. And once we've got started, I mean, it has really lifted my spirits.
Mm-hmm. Hello, I'm Grady Hork, and I play a monster in the big monster fight scene.
I'm Madison Wolf, and I am in crew and a monster.
This show was really fun to put together, and we all had an amazing time doing this. Both of us were not part of the play at first when it got shut down, and not being a part of it, it was sad because I knew that everyone worked really hard and it just got shut down. It was terrible.
Even like me not being a part of it in the beginning, seeing everyone's like devastation when it first got shut down, that was just like, it hurt me too. And then now to be a part of it as it's going back up again, and I see everyone's like enthusiasm about it starting back up, it's just like nice to be a part of it. And I just think that the whole show has a great message behind it.
We all love this show, and it was so much fun doing it.
Hello, my name's Riley Griffin, and I play Farrah the Fairy in She Kills Monsters. My character is a little crazy. She plays a forest fairy who kills people, so that's pretty fun. When it was originally canceled, I was very upset, and I didn't understand why it was canceled, and it kind of hurt, because, we didn't feel that the arts were being supported, and it felt a little unfair. But then we started a fundraiser and raised a lot of money. I don't exactly know how much, but we raised a lot, and now we're getting to do it at Southern State. So it was a really bad situation that turned into a really good situation. So it's great to have your guys' support.
I am very happy we are doing this here now. When it all got shut down, obviously everyone was very sad. Now this is like a family to me. I'm always excited to come here for rehearsal, and I cannot wait until we perform. It's going to be amazing, and I think it is a beautiful start to a lot of people's future.
It became really important to me, and then they shut it down, which was clearly a disappointment. But the way everybody has built it back up and we're here now is amazing. And I remember them having the discussion with us after it got shut down, and everybody's face and all the kids that were so upset and so sad. And it made me really upset because I've been doing theater for years, and so I know what it feels like to have that theater family always with you. But some of these kids, it was their first time having that, and it got taken away from them. And that made me really upset. So to be back together now, it's really important.
This show, it's just like, I don't even know how to describe like how much it means to me and her. Like, when it got shut down, it was just devastating. Like, I didn't understand how people could do that and how, like, people could take away something from just teenagers who are just trying to, like, express themselves, you know?
I just wanted to talk really quick about how hard it is, maybe, being LGBTQ plus in Ohio.
We weren't the only school to have a production of She Kills Monsters canceled in 2021 because of homophobia.
For the longest time, I was absolutely terrified of that because I didn't understand it, because it was never talked to me about, and the first time I ever heard about it, it was in a disgusted tone. And I internalized that, I learned that, I forwarded that. And it took a lot of work to get to the point where I am now.
Also questioning sexuality, where am I? How do I fit in? Who do I want to love? Who do I want to let love me? All of those things.
Is it okay? And what's right, what's not right?
Right. How will I? Will I be accepted by everyone? Will I be looked down upon?
I didn't have a lot of LGBT or like minority representation as a kid, so I grew up not really understanding other people's, and I just didn't know anything about it. I didn't know any better about the ways that I thought or anything, because it was just strangely natural to other people. And I'm really, really excited for us to put this show on and for people of all ages, honestly, to look at it and go, oh, wow, okay.
And I mean, I can't imagine, it was tough enough back in the 90s, but now even more so. I can't imagine the amount of pressure that so many young people feel to find their true selves.
Right.
And it is truly because of the community that we are out here representing all of these issues.
I think it's pretty good to be able to do this play in like a small town that isn't really keen to supporting LGBTQ rights, I would say.
This show is really important to me because it showcases some of the people that are part of the LGBT, and a lot of my friends are, and that was important to me because I wanted to, support them and stuff.
Tilius, actually. The pattern. Wait, you're in this game? Of course I am. Made it up, didn't I? Tilly, whoa. This is a D&D adventure, not therapy. Right. It's not therapy.
I love the brother and sisterhood, the familial bonds that you can have with people who are completely different than you, simply because we are all people. And I think that is what the show is all about. And I think that's really beautiful. The show definitely is all about appreciating the people that you have around you while you've got them around you, whether that means that they're moving away or when they pass on or anything, because you learn something from everyone that you encounter. And man, I love people. I'm still trying not to cry.
We laugh, we get silly, but then we cry together, because every time we do this, we do the end of this play, even tonight.
There's not a dry eye.
Yeah, we went through the final scene several times, and each time that we did it, there were tears.
The show just, it brings people, it really brings people together. After starting this show, I've seen a lot of difference in a lot of my family members due to them reading the show or reacting positively to me being in the show, and it has changed my life in a really impactful and really positive way, and I really think that it'll do the same for other people, and I'm unbelievably excited for that. And I think it's gonna be memorable, whether just for the circumstances of why we're all here, the way that we're here now, or because we do a kick-ass job. I think it's gonna be important, no matter what.
This show means a lot to me because I think it has a really good message about accepting people no matter what, and it was really awesome that we had the support of so many people to get to do it here. So yeah, this is a really fun show to be in.
It wasn't until the following year that we were looking for a show, and I remembered seeing that she had given us a show. So I looked it up, and because we had been looking at a list of the top 10 plays in high school, and quite honestly, we had done quite a few on the list already.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, oh wait, what's this one? She Kills Monsters. Yeah. Oh wait, this is the one that they brought to right, and she brought it to us. I mean, like 2 or 3 years ago, and brought it to us, and finally I went and I got it, and I looked at it, and I started reading it, and as I read along, I went, oh, this is great.
This play means so much to all of us. And when it got canceled, we were all like, wait, no, don't cancel this for a dumb reason.
Yeah, my parents have came a long way for this play to happen. Like, we started out at school, and then they stopped it for like a really long time, and now we're here. Just great to do it.
And I don't have words to explain how happy I am that it's actually happened.
Yeah, same.
This play means like a lot to all of us, obviously, and it really sucks that it got canceled and everything, but just really happy that we're able to do it now.
One of the other themes of this play, which probably resonated with me more so, was the fact that you can't judge somebody just from the way they are or from what they do, or unless you walk around in their shoes, and that is what this play is about.
There's this group of kids who are all dorks and others in that sense, and each of those kids are others in a whole nother way. One of them is gay, sometimes even thought of to be trans in some productions. One of them is heavily closeted. One of them has cerebral palsy, and the other one is a stinky teenage boy. So I'm really excited for little kids and your grandparents to come and see and be like, oh, wow, okay, they're all friends and they love each other. I get it, okay. Because I think that it's very important for us to all express that we do all truly love each other, even despite our differences and our want to be a group but still different, and it's so complicated how all of that works, and it really is just about saying how much you love and appreciate someone while you still got them.
Agnes doesn't know her sister, and until she walked in her shoes and actually went and experienced and tried to find out for herself. Same thing with some of the other characters in here. You don't know half the things about the characters, until halfway through the show, and
right.
it surprises you.
And it goes for both sides of the spectrum. I mean, you have people that are looking down upon their geeks because they play this game because they do certain things, but then you have those people looking down upon the jocks because they feel that they're not smart, that they aren't able to, you know, do anything that they can do because they're just big dumb jocks. And it turns out that maybe they're wrong about the jocks just as much as the jocks are wrong about the geeks.
Yeah.
And it really does. It goes a little bit of both ways. So and that makes it even more interesting.
Hi everyone. So I'm Sarah Gable. I play Agnes Evans, and I just want to talk about how much this means to all of us. So, for anybody who's done theater, has a kid who's in theater or whatever, you know that when you join a group and you're in a show, you become a family. And when this show was taken away, I was looking around at everybody when Jeff and Jenna were having the discussion with us, and some kids were crying, some kids they just blank, they didn't know what to say, and I never realized that this was some of the kids' first show. They'd never gotten that family before, and then it got taken away from them. And now that it's back on, and Jeff and Jenna and Laura have put in all of this work to make this happen for us, it means so much, and I hope that you guys come see the show, and thank you.
And it is partially due to this show that I feel so confident in myself. I mean, look at me. I'm in plate mail. Are you gonna mess with me? It's little things like this show with a lesbian main character who also throughout the show has hints of questioning her gender, to have that shown in such a loved way. And I think that's so important.
In November, I spoke at a school board meeting after the show was first canceled. I expressed my disappointment and anger in the administration for canceling the show. I made an impassioned plea for them to do the right thing and let us continue the production. And I told them that even if they didn't, they were the losers.
You trample upon our love, our passions, our hope, and even who we are as people. People that you should care for, that obviously don't. People like Elena Pickering-Polstra, my sister, a funny, amazingly kind young woman who never deserved to have her existence as a lesbian denied by you. Riley Griffin, Christopher Cronan, Brendan Cronan, Savannah Sexton, Toby Reno, Keaton Mahan, Isabella Patton, Mia Mercado, Kaya Cheney, Molly Smith. These are the names of people you let down.
We received over $23,000 in donations to help us form a new company to perform the show. We are able to do what we love because of support from as far west as California and as far south as Texas.
HARD has been systematically working with the school district, as much as it's a fight, it always is, in order to institute change and find ways in which we can do better for our members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and then also for people of color. And I want to say it was about 3 weeks ago, we saw those meetings doing some positive change for our school district.
Our story is amazing and uplifting, but the grim reality is that it is the exception and not the norm.
Fabulous kids. I mean, these kids that we have
working
are absolutely,
hard.
they're absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been doing stage combat for probably about 30 plus years, and I've been working with these kids, and I've worked with people that have been, you know, semi-professional and don't catch on as quickly as these kids.
Yeah.
They really want it. They're hungry. They really want to succeed with this show and really make it a great show, and they've worked so hard, and they really are. I've really asked a lot of them. We both have. We've asked so much of these kids, and they just haven't let us down a bit.
I want you to please come out here and watch some little gay people kick some ass. Because it's gonna be awesome, and you're gonna really regret it if you don't. I'm just saying.
Listen, if you are like, hey, in 2 weeks, I want to watch some little people kick some ass, they've got a tent right up there next to the hard tent where you can buy your tickets. So if you haven't already, head up there and do it. Go ahead and buy extra tickets for the other people you plan on dragging along. No big deal. I would view this event and then some other things in the aftermath of the cancel of the show as some big people kicking some ass.
Make sure you go out and you see She Kills Monsters here at Southern State College, because you're going to see a great show. And these kids, like we said, have worked so hard, and they're wanting the world to hear their story. And finally, they get to tell everyone their story that has been silenced for way too long, and it's going to be remarkable.
Plus, it's really cool sword fighting.
Yeah.
My name's McKenna.
My name's Riley.
My name's Claire.
I'm Nisarino.
I'm Laura. I'm Kel Jerkovac.
My name is Liam.
I am Jackson Newton.
I am Zane Pickering-Polstra.
Hi, my name's Savannah Sexton.
Hi, my name is Zebediah Pickering-Polstra.
Hi, I'm Molly.
Hello, I'm Grady Hork.
My name is Elena Pickering-Polstra.
I'm Madison Wolf.
I'm Sarah Gable.
My name is Duncan Pickering-Polstra.
I am Jaden Langefeld. Now this is like a family to me. I'm always excited to come here for rehearsal, and I cannot wait until we perform. It's going to be amazing, and I think it is a beautiful start to a lot of people's future.